Your obedience is more important than what you do for people. Saul didn't fully obey God's command. He didn't fully complete it. And you know what that reminds me of, guys? It reminds me of, as Christians, when the Lord gives us a certain task or a certain assignment to complete, we don't fully complete it because we might be afraid of because we might be afraid of what people might think of us or what people might say to us, but we can't let that stop us from doing what God has told us to do. Because, fear gets in the way through a lot of things. Fear, the main thing that will stop people from doing what God's told them to do is fear. Fear gets in the way of a lot of things. But you can't let that stop doing from what God has told you to do. Saul didn't fully obey the Lord's command because he was afraid of the people. He feared the people more than he feared God. If you're having the fear of man instead of, if you're having the fear of man, just fearing what people might think of you or fearing what people might say to you, you can't have that. You can't have that in your life because there has to come to a point in your life where you stop caring about what people think about you, because it only matters what God tells you to do. When you get to heaven, it's just going to be you and the Lord. And you're going to be accountable for a lot of the things that you maybe didn't do when God told you to do it. And there's no, even if you maybe have all the excuses in the world, all the reasons why you didn't do what God told you to do, it doesn't matter. You may have all the reasons, all the excuses why, but that's not the point, okay? Your excuses are not the reason. They're not the point of why you didn't do what God told you to do. There's no excuses allowed in heaven, okay? No excuses, because you're accountable for what you do here on this earth. If you didn't fully obey the Lord, if you didn't complete the task of what he told you to do, you're going to be accountable for that. And you're going to have to think about, man, why didn't I not do it? Maybe you didn't complete the task that God given you because you're just too afraid of what people, were probably thinking of. People were probably thinking of you or saying it to you. But you have to come a point in your life where that shouldn't even matter. That shouldn't stop you. That should not be in the way of you doing what God has told you to do. It only matters if you're obedient to him, because delayed